Hello and welcome to LSJ Weekly. I'm Ceara Best.
And I'm Sophie Bell. Our top stories this afternoon.
Thinking about buying something on a buy now, pay later scheme? Find out why that might be not the best idea.
And have you ever been a matchday mascot? Find out which team will cost you the most.
And we'll be catching up with the week's news on social media with LSJ Trending. Today we're looking at finances and how to spend your money. UK shoppers are now bulk buying with delay pay schemes to uphold their social image.
However, buy now, pay later schemes could have a damaging effect on your credit score. In our first look at personal finances, our reporter Whitney Jones went to Lincoln City Centre to discuss the potential risks of using buy now, pay later.
It's easier than ever for shoppers to get what we want when we want it, regardless of how much money is in the bank. Buy now, pay later schemes are everywhere, from online to in-store, encouraging us to buy more than we can afford. But you may be sleepwalking into financial difficulties if you opt into this scheme. Last year, as many as 10 million people in the UK have used the buy now, pay later schemes such as Klarna and ClearPay. These schemes are targeted at young adults, allowing shoppers to delay or spread the cost of a purchase. Nearly 40% of young people who have used these schemes said it had damaged their credit score as they found it hard to stay on top of their multiple payments. I spoke with Rachel Metcalf, a frequent shopper who uses Klarna, as she opens up about one experience that left her panicked.
I was buying a birthday dress from Polly, and because they're quite a lot of money, I thought I'd use Klarna because I don't know if it was going to suit me or not. It didn't, so I sent it back, but Klarna still wanted to take the money even though I'd sent the package back, so Polly didn't receive it. So then Klarna was emailing me saying that its payment's due, and I was like, well, I've sent my package back. So then I had to go through all the emails I'd sent with Polly, trying to see if they'd received the parcel, what the parcel number was, and then I had to send that to Klarna and try and prove that the package had been returned. It did get resolved. They found the package eventually, but that's the only problem I've ever really run into. But then I don't know if that was an issue with Klarna or if that was an issue with Polly.
Despite this financial scare, Rachel still uses Klarna for her large purchases.
I think as long as you use it within your means, I wouldn't say use it if you don't have the money. I would never advise that. I'd say pay for it. Use it as if you could pay for it then, but you're just gonna pay for it later.
So is keeping up with the Joneses really worth the credit crunch? Whitney Jones, LSJ Weekly.
Continuing the theme of money, Sophie, how often do you actually carry cash on you?
I don't personally carry cash very often. Usually I only use it when I get it as a gift or for a birthday present.
Well, our reporter Sammy Ramsbottom takes a look at whether as a society we are moving away from using cash and how this may affect us on a whole.
As we become more digital and everything seems to be making that technological switch from automatic doors to self-driving cars, are we moving too fast and ditching this too soon? Once dominant, cash has been overtaken by credit and debit cards and the growing number of electronic and mobile options. A report released by banking trade body UK Finance showed that cash payments dropped by more than half within a decade, while debit cards continued to grow as the number one payment option. This need for ease has pushed some businesses across the UK to stop accepting cash altogether. Countries like Sweden have already moved towards a cashless lifestyle, and it is not illegal in the UK to refuse cash payments. But is this happening too fast and too soon, especially for those not as digitally minded or who rely on cash? And the move to a cashless society could leave many financially excluded and at risk of exploitation. I asked people on the high street how often they used cash.
Once every 2 or 3 weeks.
Like, never.
Never?
Never.
Why?
It's easier just to use a card. Too hard to carry coins and notes around.
To be fair, not as much as I used to.
I tend to use my card.
Yes,
cash.
so do I. Debit card, not a credit card.
And is that just for ease?
Convenience, yes.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
We also put out a poll on social media asking our followers if they regularly carry cash. Though the results were varied, the majority of you voted for once a week. So though technology is adapting to keep up with our fast-paced lifestyles, are we really ready for what is quickly creeping up on us? Sammy Ramsbottom, LSJ Weekly.
Keep an eye out on our social media pages for a student panel talking about whether they use cash and their thoughts on the change. And now let's take a look at what you can look forward to later on.
Coming up later on the programme, find out why I'm at the Priory Academy to talk about badminton.
And I've been looking at what support is available for the LGBTQ plus people in Lincoln.
But for now, football is a sport which connects friends, family and people of all ages. And a chance to be a matchday mascot for the team that you support is an opportunity of a lifetime.
From walking out with your favourite players to hearing the fans cheering you on, it is a memory and experience that cements a lifelong passion for your football club. But with prices ranging from as much as £600 to clubs who do it for free to help the community, Grace Thompson tells us how the matchday mascot experience can be costly, one for parents.
For any young football fan, getting your footsteps onto the grassy pitch where your heroes play is a once-in-a-lifetime chance. Matchday mascot passes are in place at football clubs up and down the country to give the dream to the next generation of football stars. To get young imp fans here at the LNER Stadium, ages 4 to 16, will cost you around £220 or £198 if you're a junior member. Now, this includes replica kits, 4 tickets to the game and even a chance to walk out onto the pitch with your favourite players. I'm here at Lincoln City FC to talk about the experience for young City fans. I spoke with the Business Support Administrator for the Lincoln City Foundation, who are the organisers of the mascot packages.
I think as a parent, when you see your child so engulfed by something like Lincoln City, and as you know from the past few years, it's an absolute fever that has hit Lincoln and everybody wants to be a part of it, and to be able to give your child that real insight to what it's really like and not just come watch the game, be involved in the whole day and the whole match itself, it's not really something that you can get anywhere else.
Now, Lincoln City is one of our local teams and are currently sitting in League One. So what are the price comparison in the other league tables? Clubs across Lincolnshire, including Boston, Scunthorpe and Grimsby, allow you to purchase the matchday mascot packages with prices ranging from £110 to £160. In League One, where Lincoln City currently sit, prices are as follows. Tranmere charge £400 for their matchday mascot package. The middle of the range is Rotherham United, who charge £250, and Shrewsbury Town charge just £99 for the experience. In the Championship table, the price rises. Nottingham Forest FC charges fees between £500 to £650 per mascot package, plus VAT. Queen's Park Rangers are a little on the cheaper side, charging £350 to £450 exclusive of VAT. And Hull City has two categories, Category A, which costs £260, and Category B, that costs £200. Up in the Premier League table, the pricing is a little different. Charging the most is Everton, whose packages cost £599 plus VAT. Mid-tier range is Crystal Palace, who are charging £375 for their gold standard package, and following them is AFC Bournemouth, who will cost around £260 for their Category A package. But the money spent on these packages at Lincoln City go towards other worthwhile experiences.
Any of our either free sessions or our £1 play sessions, for example, so anything that we're doing in the community that we invite children to, so we run youth clubs, we may give away free places on our holiday clubs over the summer, it might be events in town where we're in the waterside and we're delivering activities for just come and take part. That all helps to aid us to be able to do that within the community.
Grace Thompson, LSJ Weekly.
There's a busy week ahead of us for sport in Lincoln. Here's Elsa Adams with the latest.
Thanks, Ceara. Lincoln City broke their 4-game losing streak on Tuesday night with a draw versus MK Dons. Imps manager Michael Appleton felt the draw was probably a fair enough result, but felt it could have been more. He said, "We showed good character to come back into it and scored a fantastic goal. But when you miss the opportunities we missed, it can affect certain individuals in the team, and we have to manage that." Lincoln face Accrington Stanley away on Saturday, who are currently 2 places below them in the league. The manager took the opportunity in the pre-match press conference today to discuss the out-of-favour midfield pair, Lee Frecklington and Tom Pett, who are unlikely to play again for Lincoln.
Yeah, I mean, you never say never, but I suppose, the ball's in their court, so to speak. They'll continue to train and stay fit and stay as fit as they possibly can. But like you say, we've got lots of options in them areas and people that I hope, some of them, to be with us for a long, long time. So going forward, I think it's important to stay true to what we're about and what we're going to do, and be as honest and respectful as we possibly can, which I have been since the day I walked through the door.
Elsewhere, Lincoln United played Sutton Coldfield Town away on Saturday, following their defeat to Division's table toppers Leek Town last week. The Whites remain in 16th place, with Sutton Coldfield currently 12th, following their 3-1 victory against Ilkeston Town last week. The teams last faced each other in September, which resulted in a 2-1 win for Sutton Coldfield. In hockey news, Lyndon men's first team faced Oxton at home on Saturday off the back of their 4-1 win last week against Ben Riding. The 2 teams last met in November, with Oxton taking a narrow victory at 4-3. The Yellows are up a place to 7th in the Premier Division League, below Oxton, who are currently 4th. In other news, Lincoln Rugby Football Club first team faced Ashbourne at home on Saturday, following their victory over Newark last week. Lincoln RFC are 11th in the league and currently face relegation at the end of the season. The club have recently reintroduced mini matchday mascots to meet and greet the team at the start of the match and form a guard of honour, encouraging the younger players to engage with the club more. And that's all your sports news. Thank you.
Now I have to say, Sophie, I am guilty of sitting on Twitter and Instagram to the late hours of the evening, but as a young journalist, it's pretty much where I get a lot of my news.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard to keep up on everything that's happening on social media, but thankfully for our social media team, they've been keeping up on the last week and find out what's been happening.
Here's Grace Thompson and Nikita Sashamanate with LSJ Trending.
Welcome to LSJ Trending, the part of the show where we give you the lowdown on what's been happening on social media this week. From the Oscars to Lincolnshire, we're going to be talking about what you've been saying online.
Friday saw the announcement from Philip Schofield when he officially came out. The Twitter post that he posted on this morning was quoted a statement from Philip and said, "Today, quite rightly, being gay is a reason to celebrate and be proud." The Twitter community took to the Explore page to show their support, including a tweet from It's Just Lucy saying, "So proud, how brave, how wonderful."
The UK was visited by Storm Ceara on Sunday, where we had harsh winds and crazy amounts of rain. More locally, one famous landmark was damaged in the storms. The historic windmill at Burley Marsh had its sails ripped off during the Sunday storm. Tweets poured in for support such as "Devastating, I'm very sorry to be reading this and I hope this can be restored." However, the Burley Marsh Heritage Centre have been making progress on repairing the area. Treasurer of the group, Malcolm Ringsill, said it has ripped the heart out of the village. The repair works have been estimated to cost around £500,000, if not more.
It's crazy that a storm can just wipe out something like that though, isn't it? When we saw it, it was just crazy that something so local had happened as well, so we hope that everything gets fixed as quickly as possible and it's back to its normal stand. So history is also made on Sunday evening at the 92nd Annual Oscar Awards, when Korean director Bong Joon-ho won Best Director for his film Parasite. This also won Best Picture and he was a Best Director as well. This was huge within the Korean community, as this was the first time a foreign film has won in the Oscars. Instagram users poured with celebration, with one Instagram user saying, "When you make a masterpiece and a lot of the world agrees, history made," which was accompanied by this picture.
Now, how safe are you on the internet? Well, if your answer was not very, there's a whole hashtag and awareness day dedicated to Safer Internet Day. Businesses from across the country, such as Sky, posted this statement saying they owe it to all society to make sure that the internet is a better and safer place. One Twitter user said, "Love this, the internet should be a place for learning and it should always be safe, hashtag internet safety." While another said, they should make social media age restricted.
And coming up this weekend is Valentine's Day 2020. Now, you're either one side of the coin or you're the other. You absolutely love celebrating it, or you'd rather much go without it. What do you think on the whole thing?
Well, I'm definitely agreeing with those who find the occasion pointless, Grace. I just don't think it should be necessary to label.
I think how it is, it's like a commercial thing, like bonfire night, Halloween, just before Christmas, it kind of does the countdown for you, but the start of the year you don't really have anything after New Year's Eve until it's Easter, so I think that's why they do it. So yeah. I guess it's a commercial thing, who knows?
Well, for all you single people out there is finally a day for you to celebrate over the Valentine's Day period.
Single Awareness Day is happening on Saturday on the 15th, which means you can get those discounted chocolates and scoff them all down without feeling bad about it.
Got something to share? You can keep up to date with what's trending with us by using the hashtag LSJ Weekly.
Back to you both in the studio.
Last week, our reporter Grace Thompson went along to the start of the LGBT plus History Month here at the University of Lincoln.
Since it's still February and LGBT plus month, I went out to find what support is out there for the LGBTQ community here in Lincoln.
Last Friday, TV star and This Morning presenter Philip Schofield posted a statement across his social media accounts coming out as gay. Many people have come out and praised the presenter for his public announcement.
The question still remains why in today's society some people feel they cannot be their true selves. So what help is out there for those who may be struggling with their sexuality here in Lincoln?
Here in Lincoln, organisations such as Lincoln Alternative LGBTQI and Network offer help and support to those who may be struggling. I went along to meet admin of the group, Ceara Williams, to find out more.
Has about 600 members, but of course a lot of them were students, so obviously they join and then they move on. So probably actively we've got about 100 members, I guess, something like that. And we generally meet up here, just kind of like organise the meetings, just chat and help where we can.
Adam Williams has recently found support through the group after his family struggled to accept his decision to transition.
Basically, I was suffering from borderline personality disorder, and then I wanted a transgender but couldn't because I didn't have the support with any of my family or anything. So it was a support group network for me really to help me get through it. So I've just started on the transgender now, and I started my testosterone about 3 months ago now. So it's a good idea,
If you're feeling alone or want some support, there is help out there, even here in Lincoln. Ceara Best, LSJ Weekly.
So sports is a big thing in Lincolnshire, but how many sports clubs can you name?
To be totally honest, I could probably only name Lincoln City and Lincoln United, really.
Yeah, that's what I would say as well. But did you know there's over 400 sports clubs in the county? Our reporter, Andrew Norris, went to the Cross Oakcliffe Badminton Club.
The club was founded in 1986 and now plays at the Priory Academy in Lincoln every Wednesday night. They field 3 mixed teams, 2 ladies teams and 2 men's teams, all of which compete in the Newark and District Badminton Leagues. And the club is currently winning 5 out of the 6 leagues they've entered this season. On top of that, the club also takes part in a local Lincolnshire league, which is designed to be a more social experience. But what makes badminton so special?
I think it's a really good way to make new friends, to socialise and keep fit. And I think for me, I like playing things that aren't the usual things as well. So something that's not football or rugby, especially with it being mixed as well. I think that's really healthy and different than a lot of sports that you play, which are usually just single sex.
According to the Active Lincolnshire website, there are over 420 sports clubs that you can get involved in across the city. And while some of them might be football clubs, there's also a wide range of things you can also get involved in, including the Cliff Badminton Club, which is one of 12 sports clubs that focus on badminton across the county.
I like badminton really because like I said, it gets you moving, keeps you happy, you get to socialise with your people here as well, obviously it's fun. And just all around I think a great sport, you know, if you want to get out and do something instead of sitting on the sofa and being a couch potato.
So if football isn't quite for you, or you're just looking to get into a different sport, then maybe badminton could be for you. Andrew Norris, LSJ Weekly.
So Ceara, I've heard you've been kicking up a storm this week.
I have been receiving many texts asking why am I causing havoc across the UK. The one time my name is used, it is used in a storm sense.
Oh, well, anyway, with both Storm Ceara and Dennis having caused havoc across the county, what is now in store for the rest of today and tomorrow with Michael Hazel?
Following a week of heavy rain, low temperatures and even snow from Storm Ceara, we're waking up to a relatively mild day today. Today brings sunny intervals but will remain mostly cloudy with highs of 7 degrees and lows of 2 degrees as we head into this afternoon. The night brings temperatures as low as 0 degrees but should remain dry, so remember to wrap up if you're planning on heading out tonight. Tomorrow morning will start out chilly but should get warmer as the day goes on, reaching highs of 10 degrees with a smaller chance of rain in the afternoon.
This week we've been also gathering photos of the weather around Lincoln. As you can see, it's not been the sunniest of weeks, mostly pretty cloudy, but with some beautiful shots of Booton Park.
There was some clear and blue skies, however, which broke apart with the brief intervals of rain and even snow.
We'd love to see what the weather looks like where you are, so tag us in your pictures by posting them on the hashtag LSJ Weather.
You might remember last week on LSJ Weekly we looked at the second phase of the Bolton Park restoration.
This week we've been back to the park as they planted the first tree as a part of the restoration process.
The project is expected to take 3 years and they will cut down 38 trees to make way for new ones.
And that's all for now here on LSJ Weekly. Don't forget to keep up with us on social media.
You can find us on Twitter at LSJ Tweets or find us on Facebook and Instagram at LSJ News TV.
We hope you have a very good evening.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.